Welcome to Dowse and Clear, the video series that teaches you how to dowse, how to find hidden blocks to your success, your high energy, your health, your well-being, your wealth, and kick them to the curb. Hey there, it's Colleen Flanagan, the Emotions Whisperer, and next video today in our Dowse and Clear series is going to be about identifying and clearing out any sort of weird feelings, discomfort, or even fear that you might have about going to public places or family gatherings, any kind of public events, anything like that. Not necessarily agoraphobia, but this could be really good for people who just don't like socializing that much. And quite often that's related to a fear. For example, there's some holidays coming up this very month and next month, and I was just getting a feeling like I just don't want to do this year. And I didn't know why, and I just sort of wanted to hang out by myself, and my family was very disappointed, especially my mom. So I thought, let me find what it is that is causing me to just sort of want to hang out by myself and clear it out. And let me do a video so you can do the same thing. So the first thing I'll show you is, of course, quick refresher course is my dowsing. Muscle testing is what I use. I just ask a question and I allow my hands to come together. I don't look at my hands, I focus on the question, and when my fingertips touch, that's a yes. When I ask a question and it's a no answer from the dowsing, my fingertips go to my palms or well below my fingers, sometimes my wrists, and that's how I dowse. I've been doing that since the 1990s. There's plenty of different ways to dowse. You can check out online different ways and try them out, or look at my book, Fearless Accurate Dowsing, and just pick one that works for you. And don't be too hard on yourself. Just let go of any fear or anxiety about learning dowsing, and it'll come to you a lot faster. But that, again, is all explained in my book. So let's use me as the guinea pig, and we'll just find out right now, testing for one of 5 fears. Fear of rejection or abandonment, fear of not being safe, fear that the bad times will never end, fear of the consequences of success, or fear of failure. Those are the 5 basic fears that every situation, every emotion, and most physical, mental, emotional, spiritual conditions, they can all be boiled down to those 5 fears. And once you find which of the fears it is through dowsing, then you clear out that fear, you should notice a difference in whatever it is you're trying to resolve. So I'm just going to check with myself here. I do have permission to find and release today the fear blocks that make me not want to socialize with anyone during the holidays. Yes. All right, so this fear, can you tell me how many fears there are? 1, 2. All right. The first fear is a fear of not being safe, fear of rejection or abandonment, fear that the bad times will never end, fear of the consequences of success, fear of failure. Okay, so we got fear that I have of bad times never ending at family events or socialization functions, or fear of the consequences of success. And the fear of the consequences of success often means that you're afraid that if you do something, people will expect you to do it more and more and more, or bad things will happen once you maybe even clear the fear blocks to doing what it is that you want to do, or you feel the need to do, or your boss is telling you. So I'm just going to check on my fear here. This fear of the consequences of success that I have that's blocking me from wanting to socialize during holidays and family functions and things like that. Is that a fear that they're going to expect more of me if I do go? Yes. Okay. Is that the only fear in that category? And it's a level 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, 6 out of 10. Then the next fear is a fear that the bad times will never end, and that fear is a level 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So these are pretty low-level fears compared to usually I get 9s and 10s. And you might too once you first start out. So I will clear these out now. And just see if we can just do a general clearing. This is a little bit different than I sometimes teach other people. And sometimes a general clearing is all you need. So I'm just going to use my Freed technique, which clears the governing vessel meridian put my hand here and just go like this and say, I release these fears that are blocking me from wanting to attend any family functions or social functions or holiday functions. I release the fear that there's consequences to attending them, that more will be expected of me, or bad things will happen once I go to these functions. And I release my fear that the bad times will never end once I get to these functions and am there. Maybe you're feeling bored and just wanting to go home, but you can't because you have to go through dinner and all the other stuff. Let it all go now. Release these fears now. So be it. So I'm going to test again and see what level is these fears that we're working on in this session. The fear that the bad times will never end. It is at level 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, so it's gone down. It's only level 3. Fear the consequences of success is at level 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So they both went down several notches on a scale of 0 to 10, but we have to get them to level 0. Why? Because level 0 is completely released, 100% gone. And if you leave something, just do a general clearing and you test and you have something left, you're going to start feeling those fears, anxieties, those blocks, those resistances coming up again. It always happens that way. It's like trimming your weeds in your yard and you only cut off the top of the weed. The roots are still in there. It's going to grow back. And I know that's not good news, but it's true. So if you really want to be a master dowser, a master emotional release person, an emotions whisperer, that's what you need to do. So let's just check now and dowse for me. Again, it's permissible to find out the actual core issues that are causing these fears about socialization, events, holidays, and such. Me to find out exactly the events that I can clear the fear from and then bring them down to level 0. Yes, so we're good to go through that. So I'm just going to ask, the fear that the bad times will never end comes from when I was an adult. All right, it comes from, just going to check the 1970s, 1980s. All right, is this just one person involved in this fear? Fear that the bad times will never end. Okay, we're just going to go through. Is this a family member, friend, boyfriend? Okay. This was the 1980s. Just look through the decade. 1980, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it was 1989, and it was at a family event, and I brought a boyfriend, and there were some issues, and his initials just came to mind. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I know who it is, and we're just going to focus on his name and clear it out. So I now release all my fears that the bad times will never end from that time I bought that specific boyfriend I'm thinking of now to meet my family, and things didn't work out, and it was very difficult for me, and I had to terminate our relationship a month later because he turned out to be a passive-aggressive control freak. I let it all go now. Bearing my soul to my community. All right, so fear that the bad times will never end about going to holidays, any kind of family events or functions or whatever. The fear that the bad times will never end is at level 0. Okay, good, we got rid of it. Yay. So the next one is the fear of the consequences of success, right? And that was also from a family function. Okay. That was a family function in my adult life. And I'm just going to go through the 1970s, 80s, 90s. All right, 1990, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1995. Who was I seeing around then? Oh, okay. His name just came to mind. It was a boyfriend. Is it about family as well, or friends, or anything? So another one, I brought another boyfriend to a family function, and it's coming to mind now. And it was not a good thing. I shouldn't have done it. And we broke up after that as well. So, and it's okay when these memories come to mind, and even the emotions, because they're coming up to be released, all right? Not to be pushed down to where you've had them for maybe decades, like I apparently have. So let's clear this one out. I'm thinking of the guy that I brought down to meet my family in the mid-1990s, and things didn't work out, and now I have these anxieties about family functions and stuff that I didn't even know before today why I had them. I release all my fears that there's consequences to success. Success of a relationship. Success of liking someone so much and bringing him down to Tucson to meet my family. And it was very uncomfortable on the ride back home to Phoenix. And we broke up shortly thereafter. And it wasn't because of the family function. It was because, actually, we were not suited to each other. And my family pointed that out at that family function. So God bless them for giving me tough love and the cold, honest truth. Because I was sort of just wanting to be in love with someone, to be loved by someone. I let go of all these fears now. And I can feel all these energy rushes and things just flowing out of me. It's wonderful. So we're going to test. I still have fears that there's consequences to successfully attending family functions or holiday events or any kind of socialization. Gone. That's how simple it is. And you can do it too. So that's today's Dowsing Clear information. And I wish you so much success and love and peace and taking control of your life as I've been able to do. It's really so simple. You have no idea until you get started. It seems like a lot of work, but you just douse and clear, douse and clear, douse and clear. And next thing you know, you're going to be creating a really amazing, blessed, empowered life for yourself and for your loved ones, because you can do surrogate douse and clear as well. Again, it's all in my book, Fearless Accurate Dowsing. Thank you so much for watching today. Peace out. My website, emorescue.com, offers free ebooks, audios, videos, EFT charts, free charts, all kinds of information for your self-healing empowerment. Check it out today.